Hi, my name is Phoenix. I'm the College Success Professor. One of the best things that you can do throughout your time in college is to reflect on lessons learned and what you may have done differently in a different semester. For example, did you know that half of U.S. adults, when reflecting on their college experience, would have done something differently, whether it be their field of study, the institution, or the degree they received? So, in this video, I'm going to tell you some of the things that I would have done differently in college, knowing what I know now. The first thing that I would have done differently in college is to add a minor. I entered college as an undecided major and I eventually landed on English because I liked the subject matter, I enjoyed analyzing and writing literature, and I knew that it would provide me with a lot of skills that would benefit me in the long run. However, what I would have done differently is add a minor that would complement the English major, something that was completely different, such as economics, because that is something I found interest in later in life, or business, because business provides a unique skill set that would complement that major and would lead me to any field that I could be interested in the future. So one of the things that I suggest that students do is to find a minor that complements your major or that allows you to learn a new set of skills that would make you more competitive in the job market in the future. The second thing that I would have done differently, although the experience that I had was fantastic, was I would have found a diverse set of internships. I had the same internship throughout all 4 years of my college experience, but I think being able to work in different environments would provide me an opportunity to learn what it would be like to work in different work environments who have different cultures. So instead of just working in the nonprofit that I interned for 4 years, I should have tried some corporate experiences, maybe a startup company, or other experiences that would have provided me some diversity with regard to the experiences and the different skills that I could have learned. So my recommendation is try different environments for your internships, try different opportunities that come your way, try leadership programs, try summer internships, even try micro internships that allow you to work on a project and learn how to master specific skills or have specific work products at the end of it. So that would be my second tip for what I would have done differently in college. I would have diversified my experiences so that I could have had a better exposure to the different opportunities that were out there. This third example of my experience in college and what I would have done differently is, I think, a common experience, and knowing what I know now, I would have definitely done this differently. One of the classes that I took more than once in college was college algebra. It was a requirement for my graduation as an English major, but like most students, math wasn't necessarily my strong suit. So the first time I took college algebra, I got really frustrated and flustered, and I decided to withdraw from the class because I thought I was going to fail. I did take the class again, and I withdrew again, and I did end up taking the class again and passing. But what I should have done the first time around was ask for help. I could have talked to my professor about what I was struggling with to get clarity. I could have used the university's tutoring services. I could have asked some friends who were really good at math if they had any tips or advice, or made friends in the class and formed a study group to go over the difficult concepts and ideas that I couldn't seem to master on my own. So instead of withdrawing from the class and losing out on those credits, I should have asked for help. So that is my recommendation. When you're struggling in a class, it's better to ask for help. It's better to try everything possible before you withdraw, because withdrawing from a class, you're basically losing credits because you can't really replace those credits after a certain time in your school. So that would be one of the biggest regrets that I had from my academic undergraduate experience. Another thing that I would have done differently in college is I would have become more specifically involved in organizations on campus that would have served me in the long run. Not only academic organizations, but social organizations. One of the great things about college is that you're exposed to a new network of people, and you never know who the people that you are friends with in college will be in the future. So I should have taken opportunities to join some both social networks in college, social organizations in college, and also some organizations in college that would have helped me to gain some leadership experience and some other types of experiences that I could have been able to speak to when I went for interviews in the future. So the tip is to join organizations both for social benefits and also that will enable you to devise some leadership opportunities and leadership experience that you can speak to when you graduate. The final thing that I would have done differently if I had to do my college experience over is to focus on getting some career clarity. As I mentioned, I entered college as an undecided student and I spent a lot of time and energy focusing on what I wanted to major in. I eventually landed on English, but English doesn't really lead to a clear career path after graduation. I eventually figured it out, but in this day and age, it's so important for students to connect what they're going to do with their major to the career that they want after graduation. At senior year, when it's time to graduate, is often a lot of stress, and you often take the first job that comes available. But if you focus on strategy and figuring out what types of careers would be beneficial for your major, then that would be helpful. For example, there's a great website called What Can I Do With This Major? That if you're not exactly sure what you want to do with your major, it'll give you some insights and some ideas. It's a great place to start getting some research in on what you're going to do with your major after you graduate. So those are all the things that I would have done differently if I had my college experience to do over again. In the comments below, I'd love to hear either from last semester or your college experience, what are some things that you would have done differently? If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you think there's information that would benefit someone that you know, definitely share. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.